Yo, 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 yo. This is High Definition Pod. This podcast that is. This is Maurice.
Yo, it's Torez.
And we are back for another year of episodes.
Yes. This is season what?
This will be the kickoff of season 4.
Season 4. Season.
What it do? We in 2022.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm not a rapper, so I ain't got no more rounds for y'all.
Double portion, double the responsibility. Thank you, Pastor Angie.
Oh, she went there?
She went there.
Bro. Oh, even though this going
She said double blessings. I'm sorry. I misquoted. Double blessings, double the responsibility, though.
Hey, I'm with it. Speaking of my faith-to-faith family, so this gonna launch. We're gonna release this on the 18th.
Mm-hmm.
But our bro Torez. So you listen to this. I just want to say once again, you blessed me when you came to our church last week. You blessed me, dear brother. Yes, sir. Yes, you blessed me real good. I really enjoyed our brother Torez. So, my brother, how's it been going?
You know, man. Maxing, relaxing, chilling. Ain't much going on. Just daddy duties, husband duties, making sure the house is
back in the gym, get your legs feeling
you
like
know it, man.
Feeling like noodles.
My left calf muscle is sore as heck right now. I played basketball with some guys from work, and then went straight to the gym.
Epic fail.
And I fell. And
epic fail.
Yeah, it was bad because I fell at the gym. I fell at the basketball court, and I hit my I don't know what happened. I think my calf hit his knee, and it knocked me over, and I just fell over. I was like, man, that's gonna hurt later. I already know it. And then went to the gym, and sure enough, the last couple of workouts on my list were standing calf raises, superset with sitting calf raises, and it was to failure. I had reps on there, but reps don't do good for me. It's like with calves, it's a
so you go till you start till you feel the burn.
Yes, it's an endurance. It's an endurance muscle. So you just gotta work it till it burns. I don't like. Look, it's a mild pain right now. Now it won't hurt tomorrow. Now Wednesday.
What is that about leg day?
It
always skips a day. It always skips a day for the
so
soreness.
When the muscles tear, they release this chemical that coats your muscles.
Is it lactic acid?
That's it. Yeah, I think that's what it is. And so when it really settles in, that's when everything gets really sore.
I hate it.
Yeah, so that's why I'm gonna get some. I need to get some glutamine. Oh, that helps. Not much, but it helps.
Yeah, y'all pray for Torez.
Please do, because I was looking at the BioFreeze when I was at the grocery store. I was like,
as he's on this workout journey.
Yes, because look, trying to get it right, trying to get it tight.
Yeah, me and Jay will be back in there. Well, by the time this airs, we'll be back in there strong.
Get in there, man. 'Cause 4 days a week, and then the weekends because I'm working. So,
yep. All right, y'all. Season 4, y'all already know what we about.
What have you been doing,
bro? Chilling. I think I've only been to the gym one time since December 17th. And mostly just being with the family, man.
Nothing wrong with that, man.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
That's all it is. But yeah.
I got my dreadlocks in. I forgot about that. But they hiding right now. Yeah.
Watch toward the end of this season, y'all gonna see
growth.
Torez
growth. Oh, because I'm gonna shake him. Remember E40? Shake, shake. I'm gonna be up there.
This mud done pulled out E40. My weebleization. My weeble. Listen, y'all know what we're about. It's all about the conversation. We are all about just causing you all to think, critical thinking and free thinking, and just raising questions as basically being on a downward spiral in our society. So we want to be a part of the remnant that keeps that alive. So that's what we are here for. You can agree with us. You can disagree with us. We want to hear either way. Only thing we don't want to hear or we will not tolerate will be disrespect. You can hit us up on any of our social media platforms. If you go to our Instagram page at high_definition_podcast, you will see a link tree link, which will have links to all of our social medias, all of our email,
Every last one of them.
everything that we have a platform on. You will see that there on that link tree. You can our email is on there as well. So we want to hear from you. We want to hear from you.
Also, feel free to chat with us about topics that you would like to hear. I know we put something up about a week ago.
Yeah.
About asking you guys to kind of just feel free to like let us know some topics, because one, we come up with topics, but we also want to engage with you, the viewer and the listener. So please feel free to put in our inbox a topic that you would like to hear, and we possibly may even have you on the episode.
I mean, trust me, we don't have a shortage of topics and discussions.
We do not.
But we do want to interact with those that listen. Even those that disagree with us, we
please
more than willing to have you come on for a conversation. I posted something on one of my I think it's my Insta story. Mm-hmm. Just because we disagree doesn't mean I hate you.
Yes.
We have to learn that. We have to relearn that in our society.
Yes, because man, I'm telling you, you disagree with somebody, they swear to the whatever that you are casting them into a fiery pit of hell.
It's not, which would go to, and maybe this is kind of going to our conversation today.
We're just gonna be kind of just kicking it.
Yeah, I mean, our society now. You have a certain group of people who say that they're tolerant, but when you really look at their conversation and their conduct, they're really not. They're tolerant towards those who believe just like them.
Right.
But anybody who disagrees, they won't even. You're not even willing to have a conversation.
Ooh.
So does they really say that you're tolerant?
That's not tolerance.
Even if we go to, and we're just kind of doing this on the fly, y'all. Let's just go to Webster, just see what the word tolerance actually means. Okay, if we really want to keep it a buck.
We gotta make sure they ain't changed that definition though,
because they are changing it. They changing a whole lot of stuff.
A whole lot.
According to Webster, definition number 1: the capacity to endure pain or hardship. Is the sympathy or indulgence for beliefs or practices differing from or conflicting with one's own.
So basically, it's like being cordial when you don't have the same belief systems or believe the same thing when you have a disagreement.
Yeah. Wow. Just because I disagree does not mean I hate you.
We gotta relearn that. Guys. We have to.
So we said that just to say, even if you disagree with us, we are more than willing and happy to have you come on. We can have a conversation. At the end, we can still be cordial. We can go get some wings or something, and we can chill.
That's facts. The national championship game is on right now. Oh yeah, it's on right now.
We should be done to get the second.
Facts.
I almost forgot it was on.
That's all right. I got the alert when I pulled up. I was like, "Oh crap, the game's on."
Oh yeah, we'll at least get to
we get it.
Toward the end of the third quarter.
Yeah. Natty Nick about to get number 8.
Yeah, I think Bama going in too.
I'm gonna post that picture again.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna post that.
Oh yeah, you got to. So the title of our episode today is simply "Welcome to 2022."
New year, same podcast, just a little better.
Listen. Okay.
My motto is always new year, same me, just better.
I think we need to have a motto for our show for this year. I was kind of pondering on it today. Tell me what you think. And this is when y'all hear this, it's kind of us on the fly.
A motto? Okay. What's up?
I think, or kind of a tagline, kind of a theme, more so a theme for the year.
Okay. What you got?
Open your eyes.
Wipe the eye boogers out.
It's simple. Open your eyes.
Open your eyes.
My premise for that, or my thought behind that, is don't have your eye. Be open to actually seeing the real thing and not what you really want to see.
Real eyes. Was it real lies? Real eyes. I forgot what.
Real eyes, real lies.
Real lies. That's it.
Y'all, what do y'all think?
What y'all think?
I mean, hit us up in the comments.
Open your eyes. Open your eyes. There's a lot of stuff going on. People just sleep out here. Some people just walking around like zombies.
But there's also a lot of people actually, they are starting to have their eyes open and awaken, and they're actually starting to see, like, and we said it in our live episode at the end of the year, like one of the things I was starting to see was that, and I feel like it's going to happen throughout the rest of this year, like people are going to be really taking a step back and start asking a lot of questions.
It is fun. Not to go off track, but it's funny how I think like when you said what biggest loser? Oh, biggest winner was the biggest winner. Oh, I can't remember what it was, but I mentioned the CDC, NIH, and then who?
Yeah.
And what happened today? What happened today?
What did happen? I missed it.
The CDC lady talk about those COVID death numbers.
Oh.
75%.
Now she actually said that this past Friday.
She said it Friday
on the 7th.
Bad.
That's when she actually said that. Yeah.
Yeah.
We said the biggest winner. So we kind of, if you didn't go back and watch our live.
Oh, Big Pharma, that's what it was.
Yeah. If you didn't go back and watch our live, it's still on our Facebook page. We kind of did like a year in review, and one of the things we said, who do we think was the biggest winner of 2021? Our answer was Big Pharma. Yeah. If you really look at it, how much money did they make?
Cash grab, boy.
Bukus. So
billions.
I think towards the end of the year, a lot of people start saying, "Okay, wait a minute, something."
Oh, they did, and it's wild when
LeBron posted his meme, he caught a lot of flack for that.
He did.
Well, of course, he get paid by.
He had $1 billion contract with Nike. That man he never going broke.
No,
that's the real NBA young boy. He ain't young though. He old.
He got the $1 billion contract with the number one enemy of the nation, the Red Dragon.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
That's true. We ain't going there.
Nah,
I ain't gonna go there. But yeah, you're right. You're right though.
And then I think Whoopi Goldberg, when she got, and she even said it on the show, she was like, I did everything I thought I was supposed to do. She still caught the virus. More and more, the Secretary of Defense. I can't think of his name. I think his last name Austin.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Something like that. Yeah, he caught the virus. And
AOC just got it.
She's triple vaxxed.
Triple.
Okay, I wasn't supposed to say the V word. I got to come up with another word.
Triple jabbed.
Even jab. I think jab's starting to get kind of
really okay.
Yeah. It's a lady. I be seeing on IG sometimes. She don't say vaccinated. She say the people that's been vacationed. I can't remember her name right now. She said, "Yeah, this person was triple vacation." I was like, "Vacation? Y'all know?" Y'all know I can't say the words. I gotta come up with something.
They got that triple double.
So I was like, "Hey."
They got the triple double. Right.
But yeah, so that's one of the things we said on the live though. Y'all go back and watch it and kind of tell us what y'all think. But I feel like this will be a year where a lot of questions are going to be asked, and a lot of people are going to be seeking out answers to those questions. Especially, and this is something that's important too, that I think you all should know. With this being a very important election year coming up, I think you should be asking questions. This, if anything, the last 2 to 3 years has taught us is that you can't just blindly vote for somebody no more.
God, no. Let me tell you.
You cannot just blindly vote. You need to be asking questions. You need to be seeing stuff, seeing where people's policies are at, seeing how they stand on certain things. Because if you don't, and it's not just at the top, the federal level.
Yeah, state level too.
This is going to be a very important year. You need to be knowing what's going on with your state senators, your state reps, your governor. A lot of your local elections are going to be very, very important.
And I mean, I'm of the belief like we need small federal government and more big state government because one, everything should be handled at the state level. You know, the federal just kind of just oversees everything, but when the federal government is like this big and the state level is like this, got a problem. Got a problem. That's a lot of overreach. That's when a lot of overreach happens.
As y'all can see in the last 6 to 8 months with all these mandates.
Yeah, like let it be at the state level. Let it be at the state level because as we can see with Florida got the least amount of COVID cases right now. Mm-hmm. And you look at California and you look at New York and it's.
And watch I tell y'all. Okay, right now most of your southern states cases are low. I mean low. When the weather heats up, you're gonna see an invert. You're gonna see the southern states, the cases are probably gonna rise back up. The northern states are gonna go a little bit lower.
Right.
It's always happened like that. It's a seasonal virus. It has been known to be like that now. Enough data is out.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna hear it in the media. Florida governor ain't doing what he's supposed to do. Yada yada yada. It's a seasonal virus. It's gonna be around just like the flu.
It's how the flu is rampant in the fall winter months. COVID's gonna be hot in the summertime,
especially us down here in the South. Mm-hmm. Because usually when it gets hot, if you're not out at the pool, where you gonna be at? You're gonna be in the house, in the AC. Right. And there's enough data that shows most of the time when you contract COVID, or you contract the virus, being in close proximity with somebody.
Mm-hmm. I mean, look at all the cases of now. We just come off of
holidays.
Cases are going up.
In the north, it's still
in the north,
still pretty low in the south.
In the north, but people mingling. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna tell you this now. There is no way in the world that you can stop people from being sociable. Like it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. That is a basic, essential part of the human life. We are built to be sociable people.
How many of y'all went crazy during lockdown? I mean, probably about after a week or so, you was cool. You didn't have to go to work. Government was paying you a little check. Mm-hmm. So you was good. But after a while, you'd be like, no, I need to go see some people. I need to get out.
Right. And we see with the numbers.
We stayed at Lowe's.
Same. Lowe's was jumping, dog.
Bro.
Lowe's was, I know I was there. I know I was in Lowe's. But as you can see, the fallout from the lockdown, we see a greater increase of domestic violence, mental illness,
drug
abuse, suicide. I mean, all these things were like happened as a downfall from being locked down.
That just gave me. I'll tell you after we stop recording. That just gave me an idea for an episode.
Okay, yeah, because we're used to being active and interactive with other people. Yep. We're built that way. That's a natural human instinct. And when, you're just sitting at home all day with, if you live with your boyfriend or your girlfriend and y'all really don't stand each other like that, now y'all looking at each other all day, you're arguing, you're probably smacking each other around.
Please,
the numbers are there to show this.
God, I hope y'all ain't.
I'm just saying, I hope you're not. But according to the numbers, it's happening.
Data,
It's happening.
It's happening.
So, but you can't stop people from. I mean, you can try, but eventually you just gotta let people do what people gonna do. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
So, one thing this year we're definitely gonna be having a lot of conversations about. Is going to be leading up to the election. One of the ideas that we're not even going to go there, but we're going to kind of go back to school a little bit.
Yeah, we going.
Because I think there's actually, and I could definitely be wrong, but I think that a lot of people kind of just don't know. We kind of forgotten what we learned in school about how the government works. Mm-hmm.
Did you not take government?
The 3 branches of government, who we voting for, what's their purpose. I think we need to go back and do. I think you should go back and do a history lesson on the 2 main parties that run. Mm-hmm. They run for these different offices. Mm-hmm. Go back and actually look at their history. I ain't saying I agree with either one of them, but it's good for you to know what their history is. And these are the things that we're going to be trying to get into. We want you to be informed. I'm not going to tell you who to vote for this year, next year, or 2024 when the presidential election happens. Not going to tell you that. But one thing we are going to always do, we are going to have conversation. We are going to give you facts, and we are going to very much so encourage and admonish you to really think. This groupthink, this you being locked into your echo chamber, you only want to see things one way and not even attempting to have a conversation with somebody else.
Gotten us nowhere.
Absolutely nowhere.
Nowhere.
And if we really wanted to go here, and we, especially us, as y'all can see, for those that's watching, me and Torez, we have melanin. We are of the African American persuasion. Oh, yes. Okay. Typically, our culture, we tend to only vote one particular way. They only come around when it's time to get our vote. After that,
they disappear.
When do we see them? I just want to know that question.
They play on the emotion. Like I'm telling you, but politics is all about playing on people's emotions.
That's what it's all about.
And whatnot. Every 4 years, every 2, whatever it is, but we gotta understand. We gotta really step back and look at it. Don't think from an emotional standpoint, because when you're emotional, when you think you're rationally.
Yep.
Whether you're angry, whether you're sad, you're not thinking straight. So step back, leave the emotion out of it, and just look at everything. Search, research, see what these people's platforms are. Ask questions. I mean, you can send. They have these panels and stuff. You can send questions in. They answer them. Hopefully, you can get some answers. But
how about you go to a town hall meeting when they're having something in town?
Yes, because they had them at the Beacon. They had one at the Beacon last year.
All your white people are not racist.
Not all of them.
I'm gonna say it again. All white people are not racist. All Republicans are not racist. All Democrats are not racist. But on both sides, all of them might not have your back either.
Facts.
Go ask questions.
Ask, please.
But if you already have it in your mind that you paint everybody with the same brush, you are already off track.
You have already lost.
And that one of the main things we're gonna have conversations about this year is helping us all to really just see straight down the middle and see from both sides, and then make an informed decision.
I question, what do you think would happen if everyone was just like, we got to this place in society, we were just like, we're tired of the emotional games, we're tired of all this, we're just not gonna vote. Just like step back and be like, look, Mr. President, no one's voting. Nobody's voting. No one's voting.
We wouldn't have none of the mess we got on right now.
Remember what the preamble says. We the people. Understand that.
In order to form a more perfect union.
Us. Together. Doing what? More perfect union. What's the word union mean? Together. Come on now.
I also think about this. You don't like what's going on in government, you're the one that voted for them. Or even if you didn't specifically vote for the individuals there, we as a collective voted them in.
We did.
So here's something that we're going to put a bug in your ear about now. Okay, so we live in the state of South Carolina.
We do.
You listen to us from another state. You need to be finding out when is your primary elections. That's the first time you need to be voting.
First.
If you get all the crazy nuts out of there in the primary, then when it comes time for November, we can actually have some type of sanity,
rational people, to vote for.
I'm gonna say it like this: if you're on the platform, now this could get us a strike or something on social media, whatever. If you're on the platform that is,
try it.
If you're on the platform, your platform says there's more than 2 genders. Sorry, I'm not with you.
I mean, no. What?
If you're running on something that's racial, you're trying to say that me as a black person, I'm oppressed, or that white people are superior to me. No, none of that. We come from, because we're also believers. I believe God created everybody equal. White, black, Hispanic, I don't care who you are. I believe God created us all equal.
Agreed.
And I'm going to treat everybody the same way.
Agreed.
So for me, if you're coming at me with that, I'm probably not going to want to vote for you.
No.
I just believe in having principles, and that's what I'm going to stick by.
And ain't nothing wrong with having scruples. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Stick to your guns.
So,
yeah.
There go the smile again. I'll tell you about this morning. So, that's
I'm petty. I'm sorry.
Very. That's just kind of where we want to kind of just lay the foundation. Mm-hmm. Okay. Like we said, y'all can agree with us, y'all can disagree. But for us, if you listen to us, and for those y'all that's been listening consistently and faithfully, we thank you all for your support. We hear, I get the text messages, I get the inboxes. Torez does the same thing.
Love it.
You know, it's, even though some of y'all, we want y'all to like, we want y'all to share, but we get the people that say, look, I'll be listening to y'all, and y'all be having dope conversation, and I appreciate it. From the bottom of our heart, we say thank you.
That man, look, all glory to God. But man, that boy, that thing feel good.
All of it. Thank you, man. I want to say thank y'all.
Yeah, for real.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all for the encouragement.
For real, man.
But this year I guess you can kind of say we're gonna kind of go hard about this thing.
That's a fact, man. Like we've been doing this since 2020.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
This was birthed in the pandemic.
And we've been keeping it going consistently as best as we possibly can.
Best as we can.
Yeah.
And we're gonna continue that. So that's kind of laying the foundation with the type of conversation y'all gonna be hearing this year. Mm-hmm. I'm looking forward to it. Like we said, you want to come on, you got something you want to hear us discuss, let us know. Drop in the comments, email us, give us a inbox or a DM. We are more than happy to take that on. Okay. Now, you mentioned something to me earlier.
Yeah, what I mentioned.
There was something you wanted to bring up.
Oh, yes. So, man, like, I've been having these conversations about, if anyone who's gone to the grocery store lately, you've seen how bare the stuff can be, especially in the produce section. It's bad, dog.
I was in the store today.
It's bad out here. It's bad.
The only store I have not found that to be a problem, Sam's.
That's the only store. Sam's and Costco are the two only stores that are really have anything in stock.
I told my wife, I said, until Walmart and Aldi, I said Aldi's too.
Aldi's and Lidl, I ain't had no problem in those stores. Like, but I'm a big Lidl guy.
I need to start shopping.
It's great, man. I love it. And all their produce is organic.
Really?
Yes, sir. Love it. So, which brings me to my next point. I've been having these conversations about, with COVID and everything going on, and I told people, it's, we got the vaccinated people out here that's
still catching COVID,
still catching COVID, but yet we still want to. People want to say, the vaccine saved my life. Well, we don't really know. Now, there's science is there that shows that it does diminish some symptoms, but there are also people who catch it and are asymptomatic. And so they didn't die from COVID. They didn't get the vaccine. But anyway, I digress. But one of the biggest things that I've been saying is we tend to want to play God when it comes to our immune system. We always want to take things full of chemicals that are put together in a what's that? A
syringe?
No, not that.
Test tube
or the
vial.
Yeah. It's concocted in a laboratory somewhere where God has given us everything on this earth to, one, be healthy and to boost our immune system.
Yep.
The problem is with us is we live in a society, I call it the microwave society. It's very convenient. Very convenient. So it's easy for me to go to, a CVS, a Walgreens, go get something for a cold that has a bunch of chemicals in it that I don't know what it is. I'm not saying that's wrong, but there's typically there are things in that medicine that could cause other things to happen. It's like when people are taking blood pressure medicine, it's gonna help your blood pressure, but it might cause something else down the line.
Especially if you take too much.
Right. You ever see the commercials about the depression pills? Mm-hmm. And you know how they say the symptoms at the end, like it can cause this.
When they say it all in 0.5 seconds, you be like, hold on.
You be like, wait a minute. Let me rewind that. Let me slow that down to 0.5 speed and see what they said. So I believe there are things on this earth that God has naturally put here that we can use to help us deal with those problems, those issues. The problem is it's an inconvenience. So we have to really look for certain herbs and certain plants and let's go back to African roots. They find this stuff, the roots, these ginger roots and stuff, and they sitting there and they grinding it up, and then they add water and this and they make this and they drink it. We have this stuff on earth to help us. But the problem is it's an inconvenience for us to look for it. Yep. So we go for the more convenient thing because it's accessible.
Quickest and easiest.
And that's the problem. Convenience is going to kill us. Convenience is going to be the thing that kills us, even when it comes to our produce. So you ever go to the grocery store and you see an organic banana stand and then you look straight across, there's a banana stand? Have you ever questioned, what is that right there? Because you know how they always say that when you go to the grocery store, stay on the outside. Always stay on the outside. Why? That's the stuff that is more, that's least amount of GMOs and processed foods.
Yep.
On the outside of the grocery store. So when I go to the grocery store and I look and I see that organic banana stand and I look across and I see the other bananas, it makes me wonder what is in that. Because the one thing that I've learned is the shelf life on organic anything is not that long. Those bananas are probably going to rot within 7 days.
Problem.
That organic, the other banana can sit there for 2 weeks, be perfectly fine.
That reminds me of a meme I seen. It wasn't really a meme. It was it's one of the health groups I'm on Facebook. It was a couple of years ago. At the top of it, it had a whole bunch of your processed foods, candy. On the bottom, it had your fruits, your vegetables. Excuse me. It said at the top with all the processed stuff, it said if it can go bad, if it doesn't go bad, it's not good for you. If it goes bad, it's good for you. And when you said that, it brought that back to me.
And it's the truth. It's the truth, guys. We have these companies, we're at the mercy, literally, we are at the mercy of these big corporations that produce stuff at a mass quantity. We need to, honestly, we should, as a community, as different communities, need to get back to doing what? Community growing. Yep. We need to grow our own stuff. Susie J and her husband John can grow potatoes. Jessica and her husband John over here can produce tomatoes or whatever. Lily down the road, she can do this. And then we all come to a centralized area and either barter or we sell.
Yep.
The problem is we are companies like a Walmart or certain places. If you do your research, there's a company called Monsanto. And they are one of the leading companies in genetically modified organisms. Most of the stuff that is produced through these big companies at a high rate is genetically modified. Why? Because we got to get more out to the people so we can make more of this. So when this is involved, a lot of corners are being cut. I can't trust that. They can't trust that. That's why organic is the best way to go. Yep. And the best way to be organic is to grow it yourself or go to the source and get it. But it's an inconvenience. So, I mean, plus something else I learned, when fruits and vegetables are plucked off the vine, off the branch, or wherever they come from, they lose about 30% of their nutrients within the first 3 days. Now you gotta think about it. So if we're getting Chiquita bananas from Brazil, we'll go with Brazil. We're getting bananas from Brazil. Well, from the moment it's plucked, put in the crate or whatever and sent to wherever to be packaged up and sent on the way, I'm pretty sure it took about 3 days. So you've already lost about 30%. By the time it gets to you, it doesn't have really much of any nutritional value. That's why the best thing to do is to have it locally grown, because as soon as it's plucked, it's the genetic makeup of something starts to change. So it's trying to preserve what's inside of it. So it changes its DNA a little bit, whatever it is it does. But to protect itself, to protect the nutrients, but by the time it gets to you, it ain't worth nothing, to be honest. I mean, if you really were to take a banana and cut it up and then look at it, see how much nutrients is in it, it's probably lost, by the time it gets to you, probably lost about 60% of its nutrients. Mm-hmm. So the best thing to do is, honestly, and I've been looking into this, is to grow your own stuff. But the issue is it's an inconvenience. You have to learn about soil, the biosystem in your area you are. I mean, think about it. You have to protect your vegetables and whatnot. I mean, you got to buy cages, certain fabrics and stuff to put down over your plants, especially when it's cold. Right. When it's cold, you want to protect it. So you have to put stuff on top of it, watering it, sunlight, all that stuff. You got to, all that stuff comes into play. And when you hear that, you're like, man, I don't want to do all that. I'll just go to Walmart.
Well, you got to learn about greenhouse too.
You do. But here's the problem. When you give companies the ability to feed you, you give them the power to starve you. Yeah. Remember that. That's the quote for this year when it pertains to foods and stuff, foods and services or whatever. If you give them the power to feed you, you also give them the power to starve you. And as we can see right now, guys, it's got to be a culture shift. There's got to be a culture shift when it comes to us. We have got to get back to what our forefathers were doing, farming, local marketing. I read a story about a guy in Nebraska. He raised $300 million because a lot of the farmers around there were being basically bullied by like 8 corporations that controlled the majority of the beef. Well, they created a system where these companies could basically be sustainable. I mean, these farmers could be sustainable, keep their breed more cattle the correct way, and be able to make money off that. Right. But as you can see, this one individual got with a bunch of people and raised money to do that. That's unity. Yep. When there's a common goal that needs to be achieved, people got to come together and achieve that. In anything. The Great Wall of China wasn't built by one person. It was a conglomerate of people who said, we want to protect what's on this side of, we want to protect the side of China, so we're going to put this wall up.
The Tower of Babel.
Same thing. Any great building or wall that it was ever built was to protect something, and it didn't take one person to do it. Somebody might have took one person to make like the blueprints and all that, but a bunch of people came together with a common goal, and they utilized their skills to make sure that goal was a success. Mm-hmm. And that's what we gotta do. Because I mean, guys, it looks bad out here. Like when we go to grocery stores, it looks bad out here. And it concerns me because if you're a believer, you know what the word of God said. It ain't gonna get no better out here. There's gonna be a time of peace, but it's a false peace. It's gonna be a false peace. But we understand that, one, it's coming. Whatever it is, it's coming. And it ain't gonna be pretty. It ain't gonna be pretty. And we need to be equipped at one where if we're not relying on these big companies to basically hold food over our head and charge us ridiculous prices. That's where we get inflation from.
Or to force you to do something you don't want to do.
To get it. We got to think about this. People are like, oh, that's a conspiracy. Read your word.
What y'all calling everybody a conspiracy with?
A lot of the stuff that we was talking about late 2020, early 2021.
It's kind of true.
When we look like conspiracy theorists, a lot of this stuff coming.
A lot of stuff is being admitted to now.
So next time you want to call somebody a conspiracy theorist, how about you sit down and ask them why you come up with that assessment instead of just off rip? Why? Because they might see something that you don't see, or we have past things that have happened that we start to see little traces of in today's society, and that brings them to that conclusion. When you fail to learn history, you are doomed to repeat it.
Yep.
Remember that.
That is a fact.
And that's all I got to say.
So how want to phrase this question?
Seeds are cheap. Seeds are cheap. I'll say that. But get them from. Make sure you can do. I think I knew where you were going, but seeds are not that expensive. But the work it takes a lot of work. Think about farming. Mm-hmm. You got to till the ground. You got to go out there. I mean, these people are before the sun even comes up. They're out there making sure that the plants are good. That if we're in there in the winter month, they're protecting their soil. Mm-hmm. Springtime, stuff starts to grow. Which I'm not gonna go there.
Nope.
But no. What I was gonna say was thinking about something. I know we celebrate the new year in January, but if you really think about something, when spring hits and life grows, that is the beginning of something. Maybe that is the beginning of the new year.
Well, I think in biblical times, I'm trying to remember. I know the Jewish New Year is sometime around like September, October. Mm-hmm. I think there's another. It might be the New Year, the harvest cycle. I think something like that, and it's like around the spring.
Yeah.
So I have to go back and do my research on it so I can verify which one is which.
But you can buy seeds, but also make sure that the seeds are organic, because Monsanto they produce seeds as well for genetically modified.
So how much would you say? I think that's an encouragement also for those that's watching or listening, that you have to really start taking ownership of your health.
Yeah. I mean, we have to. I mean, treat your body like a Ferrari. You're not going to put 87 gas in a Ferrari. A Ferrari takes premium.
I ain't gonna tell you.
Exactly. Treat your body like a Ferrari. You put the best in it.
It's gonna tear up, and it's gonna cost a whole lot of money to get it fixed.
It's right. So think about that. Think about that. You put 87 gas in a Ferrari. You might get a mile up the road and then engine start locking up. All that stuff, right? You can take and then you get it towed. Well, Mr. Williams, what kind of gas did you put in here? I put 87. This car takes premium. Come on now.
Only.
Premium only. That's the only thing that can touch this car is premium gas. Our bodies need to be treated like that. Mm-hmm. Where you put the best stuff in there, not the worst stuff. Because think about it. Now I got to replace an engine, right? And a Ferrari engine ain't cheap at all. Think about your doctor bills. Think about your prescriptions that you take. That stuff ain't cheap, is it? Yeah, you got insurance, but you still got to come out your pocket.
You gonna come out with something?
So that little $50 that you got to spend at the CVS to get your blood pressure pills, that $50 could be invested in something else. Yep. Now you got to think about that. You got to re-up on that every month. That's 12 months in a year. $50. Do the math. That's a lot of money.
$600.
That's a lot. $600 that you could take and do something else with. Think about that. Now it's okay it's okay to treat yourself. I mean, because I got a bottle of water here, but I also have a Pepsi, and I am trying to cut away from these. I am definitely trying to cut away from these.
Dark sodas.
That high fructose corn syrup is killer.
Yeah,
and I'll be the first to admit that. But the thing is, I'll admit that. Yeah, I still indulge in this, but I am working to change it. This is the only bad thing I've had today. But I tell you what, I've cleared a gallon of water also. But we got to take ownership of our bodies. Mm-hmm. Treat them like the premium, the most elegant, whatever sports car that you can think of. That dream car, you gotta treat it like that.
Yep.
Because when you don't treat it like that,
you're gonna have a whole lot of issues.
You'll have a whole lot of issues. It's like a regular car. You don't take care of it, what happens? Tears up. Take responsibility for your health, guys.
And in correlation to tearing up with a car, for you it could be death.
Facts.
Because if you don't take care of your health, I mean, we only get one life and one body.
Right.
Now, of course, Scripture says once we get to that great by and by, we will get a new body.
That's all right.
Now, but
why you here?
While you're here, you got to take care of it. I mean, even Scripture says, I can't remember what Scripture is off the top of my head, but it says, bodily exercise does profit.
It does. It talks about our body's a temple.
So, I guess our encouragement is, this year, 2022, really take ownership of your health.
Yeah.
Your physical health, your mental health, your spiritual health.
All that.
Because, okay, Torez mentioned a little bit earlier, we really, I don't know if we were really going to go into it, but even this past Friday, so today is the 10th.
It's funny that you went there because I was thinking about bringing that back up.
So today is the 10th, but on January the 7th,
which was Friday,
this past Friday, the CDC director, Rachel Walensky. Now, we may bring this up in another conversation, but y'all are going to start seeing one of the things I kind of predicted that you're going to start seeing a whole lot of walking back of the whole COVID narrative.
Oh, backpedaling this.
There's going to be a lot of backpedaling this year.
Taking effect.
The reason I say that, one of the things that the CDC director, Rachel Walensky, this is documented. It was on Good Morning America. She literally got on there and said, she admitted that 75% of the COVID deaths were people with at least four comorbidities. Or that's another word for underlying issues. A lot of your underlying conditions can be attributed to us not taking care of our health. At least four. At least. So 75% of the COVID deaths are people with at least four comorbidities or underlying issues.
So it could have been like asthma,
high blood pressure, diabetes, heart inflammation, heart problems, all that.
What you saying?
You got to take care of your health.
We have to, guys. We should. It's so wild that we locked down everything in 2020. McDonald's was bumping, Burger King bumping, Chick-fil-A actually shut down completely.
The inside, the drive-thru was still jumping.
See what I'm saying? So Chick-fil-A. I mean, you look at these fast food restaurants.
No, we can't. No, I ain't gonna say too much about the Lord's Chicken though.
Oh no. It's been a while since I had Chick-fil-A. But look at all these fast food restaurants are still operating at a high clip. But your gym closed.
Which was stupid.
Your gym closed.
Okay. I'm gonna go a little political on this.
Go ahead.
Why is it? I don't agree with everything that's going on in my state of South Carolina. However, I'm glad that this is not happening. why is it that in other cities and states you got to be mandated to take a shot to go to the gym? So I'm going to a place to get healthy, but you want me to take a shot so I can go into that place where I'm trying to get healthy at? That's a question I have. When based on this, so me going to the gym is helping me fight a comorbidity or an underlying issue or aiding in me getting healthy from those. But in order for me to go there, I got to take a shot. Not just one shot, two.
Possibly
and
three.
Now they're now changing the definition.
Updated vaccinations, not fully vaxxed.
That definition is going to be forever changing.
Forever.
First, it was you got to have at least 2 shots. Now you're going to have 3. And other nations, it's 4. It's going to keep going on and on and on and on.
So
that's the only thing.
Wow, what's crazy is because there was some people that were calling people conspiracy theorists saying, "Oh, we're only going to have to get 2 shots," and then the third one came. And they're like, "Oh, that's all we're going to have to get." Then a 4th shot comes. How many shots are we going to have to take? How many?
Okay, this is my last statement. So I do honor and respect those in authority.
I do.
But I'm sorry, President Biden, this is no longer a pandemic of the unvaccinated. That is a total lie.
At this point, to be honest, this is going to be here for a while. And we need the same way how the flu came in and just decimated everything, the same way COVID is. We're going to have to adjust.
Yep.
And we're going to need to do what? Invest in your immune system.
Yep.
Because there are people who are, we call them asymptomatic. I call them healthy.
Which, according to Dr. Fauci, the driver of outbreaks has always been those who show symptoms, not those who are asymptomatic. So that comes from Dr. Anthony Fauci's mouth, who has flip-flopped so many times.
So you mean to tell me that there is no research that shows that an asymptomatic person can actually transmit COVID? Is that what you're saying?
That's what Dr. Fauci said. I mean, he knows more medical than I do. All I do is read and see what the other medical professionals say.
Look, turn CNN off, turn MSNBC, turn Fox News off. Read some medical journals. Read some medical journals, people.
And that quote was from, wait a minute.
Come on, man.
That was from an interview he did. I'm sorry. I was about to say it's from a medical journal.
Come on. I got to call my doctor tomorrow. Make me a doctor's appointment. I want him to check my, check to see if I have antibodies. That would let me know I've had COVID.
Mm-hmm. That's what I did. Come to find out, I've had COVID.
And I'm also getting an echocardiogram done.
I didn't even know it.
Just in case my religious exemption doesn't go through and I have to get the shot. I'm getting an echocardiogram done. That way I know that, because we have, I'm telling you, go on the CDC website. The VAERS, is it VAERS or VAERS? VAERS talks about how many people have come down with some type of a heart issue after their first dose, second dose, and the booster. Mm-hmm. And these numbers are kind of, they're not big, but any amount of data that shows that there are effects happening in people,
it's getting suppressed.
It's getting, yeah. Like, come on now. Like, I saw at the Pfizer shot, there were 250 people. Now, this was per 1 million shots given. 250 people had some type of a heart issue after the shot, the first shot. And it like tripled. It's like 1,000 something in the second shot. And then it did something weird with the third shot. And it goes to that, Moderna, AstraZeneca, and another shot. I can't even name it.
J&J.
But what J&J? But at this point, I'll take my chances with J&J, to be honest. I'll take that one shot and call it a day. But because most of the blood clots that were happening to Johnson & Johnson were in women, though.
I don't care.
But still, I'm just saying.
That's a risk.
It is true.
And see, I think when it comes to it, and let's go ahead and let's set this, because we've said this on how many episodes. Mm-hmm. We are not shunning anybody that makes a decision for yourself.
No, I respect your decision.
I totally respect any decision you make that you make. Only thing we do try to encourage you do your research and then you make a decision after you've been informed. don't go make a decision off of fear. That's the only thing I would ask and recommend. Okay. Lost my train of thought that quick.
Oh, that's cool. But I gotta find this. I gotta find this because I want to share it because I want people to really step back and look at some of the hypocrisy. Let me see, vaccine protection for companies. Now, the reason why I'm Googling this is because I want you guys to really look at, and I can't remember what the darn thing is, but there is I really want to find this. Talk about something. I gotta find this.
Golly, I think we done opened up a box right here.
We have opened up a box. Let's keep it open.
So, when it comes to this, like we said, it's your decision. Don't make any decision off of fear, but you need to be informed. Okay? We've already said your health it's already been enough studies showing those who are healthy, typically, if you catch it, you're going to recover. No need for you to have to go to the hospital. They're going to tell you to quarantine anyway. Here we go. I'm going to see if for those that's watching, you will see the title of this. See, it says CDC study. I don't know that's, okay, there we go. CDC studies finds that 78% of people hospitalized for COVID were overweight or obese. 78% of those that are hospitalized for COVID were overweight or obese. That ties back into our conversation about your health. Okay. What are you going to do about that? If we look also, here's something that I did earlier. Okay, now today is January the 10th, 2022. By the time y'all hear this, the data the numbers will have changed. Okay. As of, it was 9/26 when I looked at these numbers. Yeah, it was 9/26. The current death rate for this virus is 1.4%. And here's how you get that. Go to the CDC website. You take the number of deaths, you divide it by the number of cases, and then you get the death rate. Okay? Like we said earlier, we just want to give y'all facts. According to the Kaiser Foundation, 80% of people who have died of COVID in the U.S. were age 65 and older. The average age of death in America is 78. Okay? Like I said earlier, as of 9:26 p.m. this evening, on January the 10th, when I looked at these numbers, the death rate in America for COVID, this is not taking into account anybody that has underlying issues or age. Right now, it is 1.4%. If we take into account for age, those who are 65 and over, they make up 65% of all deaths. And like I said, we haven't taken into account your underlying issues, none of that. And those under 65 make up 35%. Now, when we take into account people who have underlying conditions, you're going to see that number is probably going to grow even further apart. We like giving these facts is just to give you information so you can be like, okay, wait a minute. So it's not as bad as what they're really telling us. We done said it on this episode, on this show, so many times. Cut off CNN, cut off Fox News, MSNBC, whoever else you getting your information from. Well, I ain't gonna tell you to cut them all the way off, but if you listen to them 24/7, that's the only thing that's on your TV. You might want to cut it off because what they only driving a certain narrative. Okay, that's why we are big on this. Another thing too. I think this past Friday the Supreme Court did their oral arguments, and see, everybody talking about misinformation. Did you see about that, the Supreme Court?
About Sotomayor?
Yeah, did you hear what you said?
Yeah, I heard about it. Oh, I heard it.
Now, here's the thing. Now, we just told y'all don't really listen to CNN like that, but CNN fact checked her. And everybody knows CNN is just all the way
skewed to the left.
If you lean to the left, CNN is your spot.
Right up your alley.
CNN had to fact check her. One part of her quote was, she said that over 100,000 kids are in serious condition and many on ventilators. On Friday, I think his name is Jake Tapper.
Yep.
He fact checked her. And he was citing the HHS. He said there are actually about 5,000 children hospitalized. But here's something else too. According to Johns Hopkins, for those y'all that's kind of scared for your children, listen to this. According to a Johns Hopkins study and this is the most recent one I could find from them. This is the most recent one. From a Johns Hopkins study, it was found that there are 0 COVID deaths among healthy kids. So your kids got a little, I think most of everybody got little allergies. And
yeah.
we ain't talking about stuff like that. If your kids are healthy, even if they do catch it, they're going to recover right from it. My daughter caught it. She is fine. And it listed some of the underlying conditions. A lot of the underlying conditions raise factors in hospitalized children ages 5 to 11 specifically. They include, number 1, obesity.
Put your kids outside. Let them run around the house, outside, play, get them out in front of the video games.
That's the number 1 thing they listed, obesity. Now, when we was 5 to 11.
We out, look, Saturday mornings, dog. Look, Saturday mornings. Cartoon, a bowl of cereal, 11 o'clock, you outside playing the rest of the day. What the kids doing now? I'm playing Fortnite, Mom. Fortnite. Bag of Takis.
Or they on this. TikToking. Well, at least we're doing TikTok dances, he's doing some movement.
Yeah.
But
at least. I'm still looking for it. I have to go through my Twitter feed.
Bro, as much stuff as you don't like.
Yeah, man. I know, right?
You might have to find it and post it in the comments.
I'm a probably, but anyway, so basically what it is that there's a protection that is that went in around 86. Basically, it protects any vaccine manufacturer from any wrongdoing. When you take a vaccine from that is produced from that company. So that's really scary. Reason being, we're coercing people. At one point, we were coercing people with their jobs with vaccination mandates. Basically saying if you don't get this shot, you can't work here no more. And we've seen that. We've seen with police, firefighters, people in the army, or armed forces of any branch. you name it. Where these people they have a choice, but if you have a family to feed and you've been on that job for a long period of time, and they're sitting there saying, you got to get the shot or you're fired. That's coercion.
Yep.
Point blank, period.
And it's wrong.
It's wrong. So you're going to tell me that I got to put something in my body that I might not agree with, and one, don't have a substantial amount of years of data to prove even works. We see how that's going right now. I got to put this in my body to keep my job. But you're suppressing the fact that there are people who are having adverse effects from this stuff. But yeah, I'm supposed to put my trust in this man-made thing.
Trust the science.
Trust the science.
No, I'm gonna question the science.
And if you can't question science, it's propaganda.
Thank you, Aaron Rodgers.
It's facts. And when science becomes politicized, it's political science. It's not actual science. But anyway,
we make y'all think we come out. Yeah,
but anyway,
we kind of come out swinging first.
Hey, it's all good. Haymaker first. hey, let you know how we coming. We coming this year, all right? How we coming? No holds barred, baby. Let's go. Bong bong. But anyway,
chitty bang bang.
Everybody go down. Anyway, but you're sitting here, you're coercing me into taking this, and then we see it doesn't work, but you're saying trust the science, and then I take the shot, and then let's just say I have some type of a neurological side effect to it, where I'm paralyzed from one side of my body. Just let your mind imagine, because this has happened before. I've seen it, and I've read stuff. Anyway, before they started banning that stuff off of Instagram, they had a lot of side effects from vaccines on there. But as soon as it didn't agree with the terms and conditions, because Instagram rewrote their terms and conditions, they had to pull it off. Okay.
YouTube too.
YouTube as well. But anyway, if I have a neurological issue where I am unable to work now, I'm having disability, making a fraction of what I was making at my job, I have no ability to sue anyone because these vaccine companies, these producers, are protected by the government.
So basically,
think about that.
If you take it, you assume all of the risk.
All the risk. You assume all the risk with a false sense of a reward of protection. Possibly. That ain't a good exchange. That ain't a fair exchange at all.
If I find a video, I'm gonna try to find a video. There's an example. There's a Hispanic man. I want to say he's down in Texas. Mm-hmm. His son took the vaccine.
Oh man, I saw that video.
The daddy was. He was.
His son died.
He was heartbroken. If I find it, I'm gonna post it.
Yeah, because this is so basically what the man was saying. He was in front of a school board meeting or something like that.
It was I think so, or it was some kind of panel discussion.
Some type of panel discussion,
something like that.
He was up there in tears. He was heartbroken because he said his son was 18.
16.
I'm sorry, 16. He and his son, perfectly healthy kid, he and his son went to go get their first shot because, one, they felt it was the right thing to do. Mm-hmm. And I can't knock them for that because they felt it was the right thing to do. Went and got their first shot. Dad's perfectly fine. A couple of days after the son got his first shot, he dropped dead. And I think there was just something wrong with his heart. I do believe. His son, perfectly healthy kid. I think he played football, didn't he?
I think.
Anyway.
We find the video.
We'll share it. We're going to share it.
By the time this airs, we'll have the link posted down here in the comments.
Kid, perfectly healthy 16-year-old kid dropped dead. The only thing the father could think was it had to have been a shot. He lost his son because a company made something that technically wasn't all the way safe. This therapeutic. Stop calling it a vaccine. It's not what it is. Last vaccine we had was the polio vaccine. Flu ain't even a vaccine. It's therapeutic because you can still catch the flu even if you get it. Anyway, I digress.
Y'all know this too, because we see it. How many of us know people that's done had the they done had the vacation. That feels.
We got a laundry list of people at my job that are vaccinated.
I got one even better. We are world class athletes. They have taken this.
And
just a few weeks ago, the NBA and the NFL had a downright outbreak. And these are world class athletes. I mean, perfect health. I think they said the NFL is like
96. Nah, NFL is like 92%, maybe somewhere around there. Not.
So I guess it's just safe to say we can safely say
the
both leagues are over 90%.
There you go.
So over 90% of them have had this injected into them, and they still had an outbreak among world class athletes.
World class athletes
who have the best training,
best healthcare, best accessibility to the best doctors.
They have the absolute best training, diets, all that.
They still catch it. But one thing that we can look at, they're bouncing back very quickly. Why?
They're healthy.
Their health and physical condition is the investment that they have because of the league that they're in.
Yeah, everybody pissed off at Aaron Rodgers. He's right back playing next week.
He ain't miss a game. He ain't miss a game.
Off of his immunization. Yeah, he missed one.
Oh, he missed one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. You're right.
They're going to hold another conversation.
But
about other alternatives.
But so you mean to tell me I can't self-medicate?
Apparently not.
Oh, it's vax or nothing. Okay. Got you. That's wrong. So who are you to tell me about my health, what I should and should not do? If I want to take a substance that was originally made for human beings, but they use it for other animals, who are you to tell me that I can't do that? By the way, the guy won a Nobel Peace Prize in 96.
Or 2015.
Oh, it's 2015? Oh, well, he made it in 96. He got his Nobel Peace Prize in 2016. Well, yeah, whatever. All right, whatever. But I can't take it because it's for animals. Most of the stuff that we take has been used, trialed, and studied on what? Animals.
Yep.
Just saying. But we assume all the risk. They assume they get all the reward.
All we're doing is making y'all think.
We are. Respect anybody's decision, vaxxed or not vaxxed.
If you agree or if you disagree, we want to hear your thoughts.
Facts. We ain't gonna argue with you in the comment section now. We're not gonna do that.
But we may invite you on to discuss.
That we may do. Because you can't dispute facts. You can't dispute numbers. When the data shows.
And we've kind of gone over. I'm gonna say it like this. If you've been presented with facts and truth, and you still choose to not at least give it thought, could it be that you're now a part of cult think? I just want you to consider that. Just ponder on that. Could it be, or as we said earlier, are you ingrained in groupthink? That no matter what, no matter what facts or truth you've been presented with, that totally dismantles everything. And we don't know everything. All we do is ask questions. We do our research. We're not medical professionals. We just do research and we ask questions. And that's it. So just consider that. Just think. Okay, and I also say this: vitamins, vitamin D, vitamin C, zinc. Vitamin D is like your number one. You really want to get that into you.
That's
especially
if you're melanated.
Yeah,
that's a very essential element to activate.
Get that in your system, especially if you're down here in the South right now.
And especially if you work in a factory or a distribution center, there are no windows. Like I encourage my associates to always, like, on some type of break, step outside for a little bit.
Yeah,
just to get a little sunlight.
Yeah, get you some vitamin D. Okay. I don't think we about y'all. We just like we said earlier. We don't win over time. All we're about is creating conversation, creating dialogue, and causing you to think. A lot of our conversations just come from us asking questions and thinking about different stuff. All right. Listen, we didn't want to hold y'all this long,
but that cult thinking is the same type of thinking that got a lot of people that were following Jim Jones. Remember that? Like, they didn't question the drink, we call it the electric Kool-Aid. They didn't question it. They just drank it. And what happened? They dropped dead. So this
is the first episode of 2020.
Coming out with haymakers.
For High Definition Podcast, I am Maurice.
And I'm Torez.
And y'all remember to live life
from the highest definition.
We are going to see y'all on the next episode.